Hello and welcome to The Basics of Live Streaming. My name is Jesse Kester and I'm a film producer who lives and works in Los Angeles, California. Today we are discussing funnels and fans. Yes, that's right, funnels and fans, and just clap your hands This is the introduction to live streaming, and if you have any questions before, during, or after this broadcast, please leave them in the comments and I will do my level best to try to answer them. Let's get into it. What am I talking about when I say funnels and fans in relationship to live streaming? So you start out with all these disparate media sources. You've got your camera, your microphone, your video games, and maybe a couple of MOV files or something like that. And what we need to do is take all these different kinds of media sources and funnel them into your computer so that it can run through your broadcasting software and you can fan it out to the internet. Then the internet can funnel all that data and fan it out to the streaming platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the myriad others. Now there is something I would like to draw your attention to on this flow chart as it goes left to right, and that is levels of control. Over on the left, we have much more control than we do over on the right. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you have your camera, and you can get whatever camera you want. And you can point it at whatever you want. And you can get whatever kind of microphone you want and say whatever you want into it, whatever video game you want. You have infinity choices over here on the left. And then you got to funnel them down into your computer and your choices get more limited. It might be a PC, it might be a Mac, it might be Linux-based. And then depending on what operating system you have, you're a little bit more limited in what your broadcast software can be. When you push it out to the internet, you pretty much lose all control. Now, I know on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, you can type the name of your broadcast and a description and you can tag it and start broadcasting when you like and finish when you like. But please remember, these platforms aren't yours. Facebook can cancel your broadcast at any moment. I have seen it happen. It has happened. It will happen again. They can completely change their algorithm. Tomorrow, YouTube could say that live streaming is not an integral part of our business and we are leaving it by the wayside. You really don't have any control over there on the right. These are broadcast platforms. They are not yours to control, unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, in which case, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, homie. Yeah, it's good to have you here on board. Anyway, because of that, we're going to be focusing more on the left side of this flow chart than we are on the right side of this flow chart, because we just have more control over there. So we're going to be talking about the hardware and the software on the left side of the flow chart. Let's get into it. To do broadcasting, you are going to need hardware and you are going to need software. Now, the good news is there's lots of free software out there and also lots of very affordable hardware out there. In fact, your computer probably comes equipped with a webcam and a microphone and some media playback tools like QuickTime or something like that. So if you have an MOV file, you can play it. So let's run down the hardware that you probably already have, and some of it you might not. But if you have it, great, don't even worry. For your early days of streaming, you don't need more than the basics. You will need a microphone if you're planning to talk, probably one built into your computer. You will probably need a camera. Again, probably one built into your computer. You might want to have some media sources ready, some MOV files, music videos, things that you pre-recorded if you're doing a more complicated broadcast. And on top of all that, you may, but not necessarily, you might need any of the 10 trillion widgets, gizmos, and goobers. So if you're using an external microphone and it is analog, you will need an analog to digital converter. If you have a camera with HDMI out, the average computer doesn't have HDMI in, so you might have to get some type of converter, a Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, live switcher, something that turns that HDMI signal into a dish that your computer can eat. Now let's talk software. If you have any external hardware, you're going to need the drivers. If you have a Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, you'll need to download the drivers. If you're using something like the Zoom H6, it usually works right out of the box. You might not need to download anything. Next, you'll need broadcast software, and there are really two types of broadcast software. There is in-browser software. For example, YouTube has their own live stream software that can access your webcam and access your computer's microphone and then broadcast from within your browser. Facebook has a similar device. I don't believe Twitch has any in-browser software. I think they make you download some dedicated software. Because they are wise. Here is my words, battle-hardened words of wisdom for you, the new streamer. Do not rely on Facebook or YouTube's in-browser streaming software. Please download OBS. This is dedicated streaming software. There is a little bit of a learning curve within the software, and then you'll need to figure out how to get your stream key and enter it into OBS. Another quick pro tip, do not ever let your stream key be revealed in any way that is maximum security, top secret information. If somebody else has your stream key, they can broadcast as you. So do not broadcast your stream key ever. But with that in mind, get your stream key, download OBS, and broadcast from dedicated software. My experience with using in-browser software, YouTube and Facebook's, is that they are in this perpetual state of beta testing. They're always adding features and tweaking features, and you are sort of the beta tester trying to figure out if their software works or not. Don't rest on their beta software for your live stream broadcasts. Please go ahead and download OBS, and know that even though this video is wrapping up, in our next video, we will be covering OBS, the basic setups of OBS in detail. So swing on over to obsproject.com, download that software, install it onto your computer, and come on back because we're going to be getting into all OBS, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions, please just leave them down below in the comments. If you have requests for future videos, future topics, I am only happy to answer any and all questions that I am qualified to answer, and those which I am not, I will either become qualified or tell you that it is a pipe dream getting me qualified in that area of expertise. Anyway, I am like Tony Stark's car, baby. I'm outie.